Look who I've got, guys. I have Miss Rosie, and she is just, I cannot get over how amazing she is doing. You might hear it in my voice that I have what they call a frog in your throat. I think that's what they call it. But I'm overcoming a cold, so bear with us when I just don't sound like my normal chipper self. But Rosie is just doing so good, you guys. Everybody was asking about her last video. Where is Rosie? How's she doing? And she was actually at a play date with her family, so they have started taking her for a couple hours, and then they worked up to taking her overnight, and she is just doing so good with them. So unfortunately, this is going to be our send-off, our goodbye video, which is super sad. I mean, we have been through so much with her, so many hospitalizations, so many ups and downs, and we are so thankful that this little miracle is here with us, and she's just crushing life. She's doing amazing. I mean, she's like just 100% normal 9-week-old puppy now. So the goals, you might have noticed, her feeding tube is gone. She's got this big shaved spot on her neck, but her feeding tube is gone. She actually took that out herself twice. So she took the feeding tube out once. We went back to Dr. Matherly, they put it back in. Then she took the feeding tube out a second time, and luckily for us, she met all the goals, so we didn't have to put it back in. But even with Dr. Matherly's like triple stitch, something, like it was, Rosie girl, where you going? Oh, we're going through the tunnel. Rosie. So even with that like triple stitch, something, she was able to still get it out, which told us that she was super active and just ready, to have it out, you know? We were just so proud of her. But so those goals were to be able to eat a full can of dog food in 24 hours. And she met that. She's going above that now. And then the other thing that she wanted to see her was, could she start adding some kibble in? And so she is getting about, I'd say almost 1/4 of a cup of kibble throughout the day mixed in. Rosie girl, Rosie, come here. Here she comes. So she's getting that kibble mixed in, and the liver treats are still just, the powdered liver treats are what really made the biggest difference. So it is so relief, like it's just so much relief to know that she is going to be okay, and that she seems to be just a perfectly healthy little girl. What are you doing? We're even now having to work on teething and all the things. So she's doing really good, but now we have to actually start treating her like a regular puppy, like this. No, ma'am. Hey. No. Good girl. There you go. So even though most people wouldn't want to have to go through teething issues, it's a relief to us to have to go through them, because we didn't know if she was going to get that far, you know? So it's just amazing. She is truly a miracle. So thank you, everybody, for your prayers, for your positive thoughts, for everything that you guys have done with us. No. No. Here, you get chew on this. There you go. So a little bit about her family. So they have 3 kids, 2 other dogs. They have already introduced one of them to Rosie, which is really fun. Her name's Nana. So she is like their Bella, a little older, and is just going to be a great playtime mom figure for Rosie. So just kind of reviewing, she's eating a whole can of dog food. She's growing like a weed, so she's probably gaining about 4 to 5 ounces every day. So she came home to us from the last hospitalization right at 3 pounds. And now she is almost 5 pounds. This morning, she was at 4 pounds and I think 13 ounces. I'd have to go check. It was either 13 or 11. And isn't that just awesome how she's growing so much? But yeah, it's so sad though. But the good thing is that there are great friends. We're gonna get to see her. So maybe we'll just have to put on like surprise Rosie visits on our videos and just keep everybody updated on how well that she's doing. So yeah, everybody's just gonna have to say goodbye. Rosie, come here. She's interested in JP's shoes. Rosie, Rosie girl. Rosie, there you go. All right, come here. We gotta tell everybody goodbye. Rosie. Yep, now she's hiding. Hold on, I gotta grab her. Come here. There you go. Oh man. All right, guys, time to say goodbye. We're gonna take her to the Goodwins. They're gonna love on her. They are gonna be the most amazing family. And so yeah, we're just gonna have to just trust them that they're doing everything that we want them to do, which I do. I think they're awesome. And the fact that they didn't walk away from this puppy when all the bad things happened, I think just shows a lot of character and a lot of strength in them. And they love her just as much as I do. So, all right, say bye. All right, guys, Rosie went home. Super sad, but exciting all at the same time for her family. But we have to keep going throughout our day. Oakley, you coming? We have sound stimulation for Oakley's puppies. And we got to give them a new mat. So let's get a fresh mat first. And then we're going to talk about what they are going to be up to today. These guys are growing so quickly. They are running around. Very, very active now. And they're super cute. All right. I think Oakley girls, you gonna come in, Oakley? All right, let's get our dirty one out. There we go. Okay. Straighten this up. And now I can see what they think of our vacuum. So these guys are about 3 weeks and a couple of days old. You can see Oakley's doing a great job taking care of them. They are nursing really well. Everybody's pottying everywhere. So that's a good thing for us. Means that they're healthy, hydrated, and happy. But bad thing is that we got to change this mat all the time. So remember, our girls are purple and tan, and our little boy is red. But I mean, aren't these guys just so cute? They're just so chunky. Oakley's done a great job with them. All right, so we're gonna do some sound stimulation first, and then we're actually gonna do a nail check and a collar check just to make sure that they, hey Oakley, you're blocking the view. Come here. Oakley, come here. Good girl. We're gonna do a collar check, make sure that everybody's collars are good today. You'd be surprised. Overnight, they can get small. They can get a little tiny. Actually, let's go ahead and do that first. So I always make sure that 2 fingers can go under each collar, which I think is a good distance. I mean, a good width to have. Hers is a little tight, so we're gonna take that off. Do a little adjustment. Hey, come back here. Secret tip, only do 1 collar at a time. Because if you do more than that, you might not know who is who. There you go. All right, let's check reds. Oh, his is a little tight too. I can get 2 fingers under there, but it just seems a little tight. Bella Grace, these are not your puppies. Bella Grace is right outside, wanting to come in and play. I think she wants to be everybody's mom. But we'll go to her puppies next. Okay, so everybody's collars are good. I do feel some sharp nails, so we're gonna work on that next. But we are gonna, well, first we're gonna do our sound stimulation and then we're gonna work on it. Oakley is kind of staring down this vacuum, so she's kind of like, what you doing? Like, what are you gonna do? So it might alarm her too, but we're gonna see. And then we're gonna take note of everybody's reactions. All right, you ready? Yeah. Oakley like stared it down. Purple stared at it. And nobody had any kind of retreating, so that's good. All right, let's bring it a little closer. All right, we have our first retreat, Miss Tan. So that's okay. All right, come here. Let's come back over. All right, give him some time to calm back down. All right, let's try it again. Hey, Oakley, let's scoot you this way. There you go. That way you guys can see her. All right. All right, that time we didn't have any flinching when the initial sound came on, so that's great. Already acclimating. One more time. Awesome. Not one kind of flinch. But at the same time, they were distracted by nursing. So it is a little bit of a twofold here. So we're going to have to make sure that we keep doing this a couple more times. They've got a little longer on sound stimulation. And then the biggest thing that we do is we'll take it over them to make sure that everybody has the same type of experience, the same reaction, so that way everybody is 100% okay with loud sounds before they go home. And then before they transition to the next thing at 4 to 6 weeks, we do uneven surfaces and tunnels. So sound stimulation is just part one. But all right, now I'm gonna do some nail checks. I got my clippers. And so how I do nail checks is I use adult toenail clippers. And why we're doing that is to make sure that, you see them, they like push on the nipples, they get all like close, and as they get their teeth and as their nails get a little longer, they can kind of irritate the nipple and puncture it. And so we don't want any type of little tiny wounds to happen or any kind of redness or anything. So we're going to do a little nipple check on her. But first we're going to feel all these nails and see if any of them need trimming. And these do. So the other thing that's a good thing is that you can kind of see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but the white, and then it's clear. So you just want to take the edge of the white. And this is a really good age to start this at because they're not as squirmy as when they get older. And they just start to get used to being handled, the pressure between their paw so it can flare out. I just said you weren't being squirmy, and now you're going to be squirmy. Hey, shh, you're okay. So it's a nice, easy way of doing it using the toenail clippers. And if you accidentally make somebody bleed, which has happened to me before, you can take a paper towel, wet it with some water, and then you just put a little compress on there and it will stop in a couple of minutes. But if you do it regularly enough, you get pretty good at it and you won't have those type of accidents. Then just kind of hold them like a football for the last one. There you go. Look, that's it. All done, right? Yeah. All right, you nurse. Next one. Purple is already taking the break, so that's good. Oh yeah, got some sharp ones on her. So hers, are different. So hers, I don't know if it's her darker skin, like her darker fur, but she does not have the ends, like the clear ends. She only has like this kind of like brown transparent color. So I want to be much more careful with hers. Missy. I got her, Oakley. Don't worry. This one does have a little bit of a clear on the end. So I guess every nail is different. Bella Grace is talking to us. All right, one more. All right. And now we need Miss Tan. It's fun to see their coats starting to come out. You can see that purple is going to be much wavier and tan is going to be a little curlier. You can see their faces. See the little S's on Tan's face up here? So she's going to be a much curlier girl than purple will. All right, yeah, see the white on these guys too. So they were ready. There we go. But everybody is so used to being handled that it's just not a big deal for us to be able to come in here and do this, which I appreciate. And I'm sure their owners appreciate it too when they go home. And their groomers. I can't tell you how many dogs I've heard about from other people that their dogs do not like getting their nails trimmed. So it's a good thing that we do it. All right, last part of Oakley's little routine today is I was going to take a look at her belly and just look at all these nipples. There you go. You got our mat all up. So while Oakley's guardian family was here, they noticed that this nipple up here was a little hard, and it's most likely because maybe the dogs don't spend enough attention on that one. It is wet, so somebody has been nursing on it, but maybe they don't spend as much time there. But we want to make sure that everything is pliable, and they had reported that it was a little hard, so we've just been keeping an eye on that. And then the other thing is making sure that there's no redness around, there's no streaks, and it's not warm to touch. So everything looks perfect. Bella Grace is still whining, so I think she is ready for us to go see her babies next. So Oakley, I will see you back. She'll probably end up following me, but we're going to see what she does. Maybe she'll want to stay. All right, Bella Grace, now we can go play with your puppies. Come on, Oakley. Oakley. Good girl. All right, gather our laundry. And off we go. All right, I'm going to stick this in the laundry room, and then we'll do sound stimulation for Bella Grace's. So we're going to do sound stimulation with them. They just started, so we need our small squeaker, which I thought I brought over here, but I did not. Did you take my toy? All right, we got to find it real quick. We'll use this one. That's the great thing about having so many dog toys. You find something when you need it. All right. Bella Grace. And there's Shelly's little boy. All right. He is just so cute. Running all around. Look at that tail going a million miles a minute. Yes, you. Oh, that's so cute. And where are you? All my other little ones, come here. Bella Grace. Bella Grace, come here. Come lie down. Good girl. All right, so we've got these puppies. They are a little over 2 weeks, well, close to 3 weeks old. So we just wrapped up our early neurological stimulation, and so now we're transitioning. Whoa, Bella Grace, you just tipped him over like crazy. But he is okay. He's rough and tough. So now we're going to be doing sound stimulation. We did a teeny tiny squeaker, and so now we're going to do a louder squeaker. Where are you going? You want to sit on this side? I guess she just wants to be closer to the puppies. And we're going to just watch each one of them, make sure that they have a good response, and then that way we can continue on to either a louder sound or stay at this sound. So, you ready? Hey, Bella Grace. Bella Grace, come here. Come on. Lay down. There you go. All right. This one's really weird. There we go. Bella Grace, nobody can see. Bella Grace, come here. Come lie down. Hey, psst. Lie down. Bella Grace, come here. Bella Grace, come. Good girl. Okay, there we go. All right. That got her attention. All right, doesn't seem to be making anybody flinch. Got a little bit of a flinch. All right. A little more. All right. So we got a little bit of a flinching from Black, but everybody else was 100% okay with the sound, which is awesome. So tomorrow we will try a higher pitched one, like that alligator that we normally use. I gotta find which dog took it, probably Bella. She always steals the toys and takes them upstairs. So I'll have to go get that back so we can try that tomorrow. And then we're just gonna keep progressing with these guys. And just, I know we talked about him last time, but Shelly's little puppy is doing great. Mr. Mac, not only is he eating his food really well, so he gets that, he gets the crushed up kibble and goat's milk multiple times a day. Whenever Bella Grace wants to come out, I usually bring the food down for him to try, and he is doing really good at eating. And then he gets to go out to the garage nursery and work on the tunnel and the uneven surfaces. And so he's just doing so good. And he's getting along excellent with his roommates. So, all right, until later in the week, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And we will see you later.